Hey, everybody. Hey, man. Hey, it's Chet Pilkington, man. Back at it again on the Muddy Boot Podcast, everybody. Welcome to the show. I got a special guest with me today. You probably don't know him because he's been behind the scenes working as a researcher on our show, which did I say it's called the Muddy Boot? Or yeah, I think I did. Anyway, he worked behind the scenes, but now he's up front with me, filling in for Sheridan Louise. We call him Thaddeus Razor.
Oh, hello.
Say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. And so, this is very special for me. I've been an admirer of you and Sheridan's work. I said I would freelance this show and help you keep producing the bald eagle bleeding, freedom loving, flat earth living content that you produce for this show, for the people of these United States of America. I just want to say I was here. And then, I don't know the circumstances. I haven't been there, but I'm here. I'm here talking. I don't even know why. I don't know why.
YouTube has done a fantastic job with our demographic algorithms and brought us many great staff members straight from YouTube, which is where we get most of our viewership and listenership, because YouTube does a lot of things for edgy people, people who are kind of like, like witches used to be like, oh, they don't like you because you're like, oh, the earth is flat or whatever. So like, we got to go to YouTube because like all the hiring agencies are like, hey, no, man, we don't like you very much.
They don't like you. They don't like you at all.
Yeah, they tell you to go down the street and work for Ford.
It's been quite some time since I've been called a witch. Ever since moving to, this new community of people, there are a lot less people out there calling me a witch than ever before. I spent 17 years as a double secret agent for the CIA, being called a witch the whole time. So this has been real nice. Thank you, Chet, for having me on the Muddy Boot Podcast.
Thaddeus Razor, it's so nice to meet you in such a deep way, and so you can share your stories of persecution, man, because like the American way is really under attack of like, like doing your own research and really like just, doing the research and forming your own opinions about everything, because, like the last thing they can get to is your mind, man.
Oh, yeah.
But I gotta say, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I was called a warlock recently. It was at the Jiffy Lube.
Now you're telling me that those transmission fluid slinging, grease packing, lubrication wizards had the nerve to call you a warlock?
Yeah, they were all up in my carburation units and my valve seals and my gigawatt manifold system, and they were like, hey, man, fucking back up, warlock. Because I was like, I was just talking to him, man. Like, you're fixing my car. I'm giving you my money. So yeah, I'm going to talk to you about the latest news in earth sciences. Because that's what I do, man.
I mean, now, it begs the question. It always continues to beg the question.
They're always begging the question and then walking away, man.
So are you trying to tell me that those horsepower limiting, gasoline guzzling, clutch slipping ninnies had the nerve to discount the supreme knowledge that you've learned about this earth?
You know, I have to say, I don't know if they knew who they were talking to at the time, or if they knew and they were ready for me, because like the hate is so deep for the real earth science people. You know, you hear the name Chet Pilkington, you think
it's everywhere.
I mean,
it's everywhere. You can look up.
I'm a PH3
Yes.
in earth sciences.
You've gotten that distinguishment by 17 different universities online that you can study at.
You know how many PH2s have come up on me and said, hey, bro, you know, like, I disagree with you that the earth is a triangle.
And then do you slap them right with your PH3 dick in their face?
You know, it's like, it's on my list of things I really do want to do. It is, because it, like, you know, it makes you feel like you really are a warlock. You know, like you do have those powers, because everybody must fear you deeply because you're just spreading knowledge, and they just can't handle it, you know?
Well, it was like they said. And when I talk about they, I'm not talking about the superlative they. I am talking about the existential they. They will say the knowledge is a terrible thing to waste.
Thaddeus Razor, that is the smartest thing I've heard in the last 45 minutes, man. It's, aside from the things I've said, it's probably up there with the most brilliant things I've ever heard.
Well, I am only trying to use these short little brain legs and keep up in this race of giants with you, Chet.
You know, it's hard. You gotta walk your little brain legs before you can run your brain legs, bro.
Let me ask a question. Let me ask you a question.
Feel free, Thaddeus Razor.
How do you feel now? You know, because I've been behind the scenes a long time here. How do you feel?
Yeah.
How do you feel manning the proverbial ship without our beloved Sheridan Louise Duet? How can you even give any light into maybe where our treasured triumvirate host could be right now?
Well, to address your first point, the technical difficulties of running such a in-depth and scientifical style program on such a worldwide international scale, while like having such a direct feed into the consciousness of the whole world.
Yeah.
You know, that's tough in and of itself, but to do it without the technical powerful wizardry of Sheridan Louise Duet, it's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, bro. Like, it's challenging beyond belief. But to address your second point, what do I know about his whereabouts? I don't know much. I have heard things, and as a surprise to our listeners, and to you, Thaddeus Razor, because you do ask the question in such a convenient and proper moment, we do have some clandestine communiques from Sheridan Louise Duet today.
Okay, wait. Now, is this the type of clandestine communique that tends to frighten our listeners, or would this be one of support and confidence of our true leader?
Well, if you've heard or felt the true rumbling and shaking of this planet Earth and its sciences, you're probably prepared for these messages. Okay? Me and Sheridan have a certain kind of code worked out. Like, I understand what's going on while other people might not. And I can and cannot reveal parts of that. Doesn't even matter. If I'm in a coal mine with you deep and we're running short of air, can I tell you the code? No. Because it's between me and Sheridan Louise, and Sheridan depends on my secrecy to survive.
I would never, ever ask you for that code.
That is good to know, Thaddeus Razor.
I want to tell you that.
Bruh, that means a lot to me.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Folks at home, Thaddeus Razor, we're going to play the message for you guys. I received this message at 4:55 this morning.
This morning today.
From a 555-555-5555 number.
That is one of the most secure numbers you can ever call from.
It's beyond secure, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's the NORAD number too.
I've spent enough time as a double secret agent for the CIA to know that when you see all fives, all Cincos roll across the ticker, it means something real.
Dude, you're dealing with something deep in the bush, like some like serious like cartel stuff or something, dude. Like something deep. Criminal syndications, man. Like
could it even be the ones responsible for reprogramming whale migratory patterns to back rotate the flow of water around our plane?
Well, that program was started during the Nixon administration, bro.
Correct.
Like to control the flow of whales in and out of the Gulf of Tonkin, bro.
Well,
like because like the presence of ships was too much to compete with the whales, and we were trying to arm the whales with heat-seeking missiles from beneath the water to take out Viet Cong.
We had I remember my third episode ever working for you guys. We had the call in about the government plot with the Gulf of Tonkin and Wales. And it was during that episode that I became a true believer, because not only did we learn about the subversive attacks on our aquatic mammal friends.
Those are American whales, dude.
They are.
American whales from American waters.
Every whale is American.
You ever seen a communist whale, bro? No,
Never. No, they don't exist. You know what they do? Narwhals, which are American whale unicorns, they would slaughter every commie whale that existed if there was one of them. If you had some bald eagle loving whales poop out a baby commie whale, narwhals would smell it from the Antarctic to the Arctic. They would smell all of it.
Dude, they chop right through the ice and come butt fuck you with those giant fucking American unicorn horns, dude. Like not even a question, bro. Like they sniff out those commies and stab them, bro. Like
it was during that third episode I was on where I learned that Tonka trucks were a youth organizing ploy to rid the fear of the Tonkin name, and all they did was took the Gulf of Tonkin and they took a letter off of it and it became a Tonka.
I've never heard that perspective before, bro.
Tonka trucks.
But that's kind of like enlightening, because Tonka, you know, it's owned by like international toy companies, bro. Like,
why do you think that kids like whales so much?
I always hoped it's because they're American whales, but
Tonka
I'm starting to see now how they could be like, well, you should like commie whales instead.
Tonka trucks.
Yeah.
That's
Tonka truck.
Tonka trucks.
The buck stops at Tonka truck.
You know,
is what you're saying, Thaddeus.
I would have to say that when push comes to shove, the buck does in fact stop at the Tonka truck.
Bro, yeah. All right, well, that's the next boycott that we're going to go ahead and support. All right, official boycott support on the Muddy Boot Tonka trucks.
This is a call for action.
It's a call to action for every one of our listeners, thousands of you around the world, around every country where freedom is important and narwhals are respected the way they should be.
Damn right.
So Tonka trucks, fuck you. I'm never buying your products again.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put it out there. None of my listeners will either.
No, they won't. So you had a voicemail for us. Hey there, Foxy lady.
It's me, Bandingo. I am 17 miles outside of Omaha, and the little man is pulling the strings. Move quietly and carry a duffel bag. Over and out.
All right, you guys heard it here, man. All right, so support the boycott and enjoy these communiques, man, because I can sort of shed some light on what he's talking about.
Yeah, take us through, because I heard some words in there that were, to use this word properly, triggering to my ears.
Yeah, like it's based on the old Cherokee codes used during World War II, okay?
Yes.
It's derived from that directly because Sheridan Louise DeWitt is trained highly in the art of code breaking.
That's right.
and all Native American languages, of course.
Correct.
Well, of course, everybody knows this. Expert.
So what could we learn from that first voicemail that you say you received at 4:55 this morning?
4:55 a.m.
That would be pertinent.
4:55. Well, bro, okay, so 4:55 a.m. to begin with is a code to leave a message at that time. It's a distress code, well known to you who work in the CIA.
Yeah, 455.
You have double, tripled agents.
455. And
You come from a family of double agents, if I'm not mistaken, right?
by Eustace, my third grandpa on my mom's side, was a triple. He was a triple secret agent.
He
Everybody
used to
else-
know Hoover.
Hoover. My God. Who do you think gave him the nickname the Hoove?
I knew it, dude. I knew it, man.
It is just an
Yeah, that's
amazing
so
piece
cool,
of
man.
family
What a
trivia.
legacy, bro. Like, double, triple agents all up your family tree, bro. Like, I heard your great-great-great-grandpa, he turned over Taft, right?
When he died in that bathtub,
That's right. He turned him over.
turned
He
him
was
over.
like, oh my God, this dude's been dead for like 6 fucking hours, right?
yeah,
It's like, Is he like all moldy and bloated and stuff?
I will tell you, in the family historical literature, there are packets and packets of knowledge from my great-great-great-great-grandfather, who did in fact turn over Taft. We had the new colors of our family flag sewn in a rare form of Persian linen, specifically made to match the color of the skin tone of Taft when my grandfather rolled him over. That color of him was just
That
this.
exclusive death pallor.
It
That
is.
pallid death look, man.
It was a
Fuck.
blue like no other blue that you'd ever seen
Oh,
before.
man.
And it is the most beautiful color blue. And when I would sit in a fishing boat at 8 years old with my uncle, and we'd be casting for smallmouth bass, we'd be casting for crawdads, we'd just be putting that line in the water,
Put the line in the water, bro. It's half the battle, bro. Like,
jiggling that hook, baiting it, catching smaller fish to put them on a hook to catch bigger fish. That was the time when he told me, son. Now he was my uncle, but he called me son because everybody calls each other son. I mean, even my mom called my sister son. It's
yeah,
everybody
you're
calls.
kind of like from like an old-fashioned kind of like family tree, right? Like my family, like they didn't really wear many clothes, or like we called each other like Jupiter dust and shit. It just like, it changed every day.
Well, when
know
you
what I
have
mean?
a family such as yours who spends so much time spelunking in caves, of course you'd think to call each other silly fucking names.
Exactly, bro. Like when you've kind of like lost so much brain function from like being deprived of oxygen deep in a watery cave, like you kind of learn to enjoy what you have left, like, and use it to focus on earth sciences. So anyway, I want to kind of steer the conversation a little bit towards some topics that I kind of had worked out.
Well, you are the driver of this ship today.
San Sheridan Louise DeWitt, who is a fantastic beatkeeper of the entertainments, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, fantastic, you know? So anyway, there's a study today coming out of Russia, I think, and they're saying that the Earth is actually a triangle.
Well, are you kidding me?
You know, I gave it a minute. I said, you know, I can't be some like experimental scientist and also be like, well, that's silly, you know? So I have to let it in. I have to consider it, you know? And it's starting to kind of make sense to me a little bit, especially when you consider the way whales do move in triangular patterns.
Oh, wow. I hadn't even considered that fact, actually.
Think about the way volcanoes always operate in triangular fashion out from the Earth.
Wow. And anthills.
Anthills.
It's like a small volcano of ants.
But it shoots out ants.
Yeah. 'cause
I've
it's an
never seen it
anthill.
shoot out, but I have heard of that deep in the deserts of Somalia, man. Like, there's fountains that shoot out red ants at people.
Yeah.
Like, people can't even make it to school because, like,
The red
the hills
ants.
just appear and just start shooting red ants out at the children. They go for the children first in swarms.
That makes sense on triangles. I think I get what you're saying. Now, how can we extrapolate whale movements and anthills to the existence and the function of the place we live?
Well, bro, I think we have to, like, you know, kind of like shift our perspective a little bit and realize that triangles really are deep everywhere. Like, it does make logical sense that it would be a triangle because other things are triangles, right? I mean, you see 3 stars, you know, triangle.
Whoa.
You know, think about it, dude. Think about it.
Three buildings on a map.
Triangle. Just try to draw a triangle on something and have it not work.
Yo.
It's fucking foolproof, dude. Like, see, like, that's why.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I'm Chad Bilkington, dude. Like, that's why.
I'm even seeing it on your face. The tip of your nose to your eyeballs.
It's kind of wiggling around a little bit.
That's
like,
a
I can't even
triangle.
help it, dude.
That's a
like, it's
triangle.
like sort of like intensely fucking twitching around, dude. Like,
Yeah.
like.
Oh my
shit,
god.
this is
Doritos.
triangles, dude.
How have I been living this life not seeing that triangles are everywhere?
Now, bro, now you won't be able to unsee them because I have shed this light on this.
Well, it was like my 3rd grade teacher always said. She said that once you learn, you learn. I've stuck with that for my whole life, basically. That's the most valuable piece of information I've ever heard. When you learn, you learn.
You know, take information and believe it. You know, like it's not like
Not the
It's hard.
mainstream, not the mainstream news.
no,
It has
no,
it
dude. Like,
You know that all is lies.
because you heard that second, bro. Not because you heard it. You know, like, you didn't hear that first.
No, of course
You
not.
heard it second. Because I go to YouTube for my news. I mean, I'm sure you do too. Like, any self-respecting individual will. You know, YouTube, type in what you want to be true, and view videos about that.
Yeah, it
You know,
is.
this is how you inform yourself. College is basically useless, even though I attended Phoenix University.
Online, yeah.
Yeah, online. Yeah, bro, online. But
We
like,
we all learned online. I mean, I
you
was
know,
just
you know, I come from a generation of online, dude. Like, I do everything online.
correct. Now, Chet Bilkington. What was the conclusion here of this Russian study? Where do they say that we can go from here on a triangle planet?
Well, a triangle planet would naturally be on a collision course with some kind of space debris, because there wouldn't be a natural hole in the middle. You know, that's not quite a triangle. There would be the center
Yeah.
of it. So, it's like a perfect net for like a comet, or like an asteroid.
Like big butterflies.
Yeah, or big butterflies, like space butterflies, like they shoot out of black holes in the
Yeah.
same way that red ants shoot out of those Somalian anthills.
Yeah, I've
I
heard
mean,
of that. I've heard of that.
It's
before.
the same principle, and they shoot out in a triangular pattern, thus proving that the Earth is triangular.
Triangular.
I'm gonna coin that, like triangular,
Yeah, because
because
tri could mean tri-cities. Tri could mean like triumvirate. Tri could also just mean the word try with a Y on it instead of an I. And then it means people like not doing. Because the opposite of doing is trying.
exactly. I don't try. I do, and try just means three.
Yeah.
So what does that have to do with triangles? Nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, basically nothing, dude. Like, think about it. Think about it, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Think about it.
we're talking about triangles. I couldn't believe that they would want to take and put the beautiful number 3 and involve it with such thing as triangles.
It's blasphemous, dude. Like Copernicus, like they would have hanged him, because like tri is 3, but triangles, blah blah blah. Like, yeah, cut his throat, dude. Like, just stop him from talking. It's pretty much done.
They would have told Magellan to sell his ship and buy some shoes.
Yeah, break it down and build some wooden shoes out of it, dude.
Build it for your whole fucking fleet, Magellan, because there is no 3 in triangles.
Get fucking walking, Magellan, dude. Like, you're off to Mongolia, man. Like, off to the hinterlands, bro.
He would have
But I
had
don't
to
believe-
follow the
But
Silk
you
Road.
gotta take Russian studies with a grain of salt too. Man.
Oh, yeah,
They sent a monkey to space and
Fucking commies.
murdered the whole crew, dude. Like,
That's right. That's right.
well-known fact.
Yeah.
Well-known fact.
Totally.
Total.
I had a question. You tend to be someone who studies the intricacies and workings of the human mind.
That is true. That is true.
Do you think you could take a little bit and talk to me? Because all of this is new. Triangles are new. I've never seen one before until you told me about it. I don't know if you could tell me how someone could understand, because, we just hit a new year, right? We are now in the 22nd year of the second millennia since Jesus Christ.
Since the Christmas era,
Well,
as we call it. Yeah.
how can our minds think of balls and lights but not notice that perfectly shaped triangle Christmas tree right in the middle of all the
Exactly,
balls?
bro. Exactly, dude. Like, there's so much going on within Christmas to like signify how the meaning of the planet goes forward, right? Like, okay, so Christmas is like, we're like, oh, Santa Claus, but where does Santa Claus come from, right?
Yeah.
Like, is he like an angel? Like, no, man. It's like there's some solid science behind it. You just have to kind of like keep your mind open.
Okay.
You know this. You've done your studies.
I've done
too.
my studies. I've even gone to the North Pole 14 different times to look for them.
Yeah, right. You know exactly the history of Christmas. So let's go ahead and break it down for the people.
Let's do it.
We'll kind of like, fill in gaps where we miss each other.
Sure.
So we all know Christmas originated when the world was basically one giant landmass, right?
Yes. 2,800 years ago.
So anyway, the White Wizards of Pangea were essentially the forebearers of Christmas because they were banished from the landmass.